It is to the late night sounds of DJ Jamad.
Demise Works.
Represent the collective.
Check it out, check it out, check it out.
Cut.
Deep.
Cut.
Tape.
The music.
Stuck here at Eastside Lounge, Atlanta, Georgia, with DJ Jamad. What's up, cuz?
What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
Doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, how's things these days?
Things are going pretty good. Got a lot of things in the works.
Yeah?
Traveling, going overseas, and also doing a lot of stuff stateside. So, about to relaunch my new website called Mind Spray. Big shots going out to frolab.com and djjamad.com. Doing lots of things this year coming up, and looking forward to 2012.
You can tell he's modest. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I gotta tell you all a quick story, right? Sitting in a barbershop on Old National, and I'm chilling, waiting to get my hair cut, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, CD comes on, it's playing. I'm like, damn, that's tight. Next mix comes in, tight. I'm like, damn. Time I get in the chair, I'm like, ask Bob, like, yo, who's this? He's like, yo, DJ Jamad, Afromentals, you never heard? I'm like, nah, dog. Man, after that, I'm at Oomps, like, every week, all month, trying to pick up the new CD. Bruh, I gotta give you props for those. Afromentals, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, man. If it wasn't for those, man, I wouldn't have had no chick. No, I'm playing. When did you start spinning?
I started basically spinning in '87 is when I moved here. I used to buy records, uncle of mine used to have a lot of records, so I used to go into his stash and play his records. But then it came to my mind, a high school friend of mine I grew up with, we used to listen to the radio all the time, listen to the radio stations in Philadelphia and New York. It just kind of like, came to mind like, hey, I can DJ. I might as well start. So right when I graduated from high school, I moved down to Atlanta and basically, bought my first set of turntables and, started experimenting.
And what were those turntables, just for the record?
Those turntables to this day have been priceless as far as that was the best investment I ever made in my life. Those two turntables. Because to this day, I think I might have paid for them probably like, at least 100,000 times.
Easy.
Easy.
I'm trying to tell you, this cat right here, I'm trying to tell you, we got a little something for you at the end of this interview. This cat right here, I'm trying to tell you something serious. Where have you traveled to, do shows and stuff?
Basically, been to France, Germany. I did a little art tour with W and Fabian. ConvertTheWhack.net, and also Fabian Williams is an occasional superstar. We did an art show over in 5 cities in Germany, and they were basically art shows, and then I would DJ with some local DJs, and there were some pretty good parties.
I could believe it.
Some other people that have gone on tour with Janiro Jarrell. He's basically an artist based out of Philly and Houston, Texas. He does electronic, like hip hop. Look out for him. He's got a new album coming up in the future with MF Doom, which is from Atlanta. So, a lot of Southern, like I go to North Carolina a lot, I do some parties up there with Mike Kitchen, and also Houston. I go a lot to Houston and Dallas. Do a lot of gigs there.
Yeah, that's smooth.
So, and then, of course, locally in town, and I do a few gigs, in Florida here and there.
All right, so who inspired you? Go ahead and play music, man.
I got several inspirations. One is my uncle, because he was kind of like really into like high fidelity audio, equipment, I used to try to sneak into his bedroom, and he had this real expensive like cartridge needle, and that was like before I even had any experience with a direct drive turntable. It was like a belt drive, but it's like he would catch me sneaking in there, and it's like, when you're kind of like something's off limits to you, but you're still kind of like so curious, and it's like it makes it more valuable to you, more important. So I want to say he's probably like one of my biggest influence, because he was like even though he's my uncle, he's probably like maybe like 4 or 5 years older than me. So I look up to him like an older brother. But when I started growing up, getting closer, in my teens, stuff like that, we became closer. That's when he started letting me make recording records to tape to listen to with my Walkman. Walkman. I'm telling my age.
What you got going on in the next couple of years, man? Where you see yourself in the next couple of years?
Next couple of years, I don't know if I can really tell like too much, but
give us a little something, just a little taste.
Well, right now,
you said over there in France they share everything. Come on, man.
In the near future, you're gonna get Afromentals Volume 25. That's my anniversary. 25. That's my milestones. Like Volume 25 is gonna be coming out very soon. You're also gonna get other creations based on different genres that are popular now, like dubstep. You're also gonna get a house mix, which is long overdue for me. Most people know like I like house. One thing about me that is that I go through music like with the seasons. When the seasons change, then I embrace different genres or different types of music. So as my mood changes, so does my kind of like preference or interest in different types of music.
Who's your favorite artist that you like to spin?
I really like Jazz. Very good producer. Also like Subtract. I really like Calvin Harris, like electronic kind of dance producer. I mean, I just have like a lot of different producers that I really like, based on just kind of like their mind, and kind of like really, I admire people in how they create music as well. I got a long list of producers that I really like, like Odyssey and still like the classic producers like P Rock and.
We got
DJ
time. Good. No, I'm sorry.
That's all good.
What advice would you have for people trying to break into the business right now?
It's always good to define what your goal is when it comes down to your craft. It's like, I think people really should always, at first I used to imitate DJ Red Alert. It's like I used to, scratch like him. I used to do certain things like in order to teach myself how to DJ. I did certain things. Then it comes to a part where you need to come into your own, where it's like, okay, what do you like to do? What are your interests? Define that first, and then you try to brand yourself in that way to where it's like you're doing something that you always love and you care about. So really you brand yourself because, I mean, you're marketing yourself at the end of the day, because what I'm doing with Afromentals is really an extension of me. That's all it is. So anything that I experience and I like and I enjoy, I'm basically sharing it with other people based on, my personality and my interests.
Well, you was eating some pizza just now. You didn't share that shit. Oh, greedy. Any shout outs you want to give? Any links?
Always big shouts going out to the Most High, my family, my children. Also, frolab.com, Ron Mills, SiriusXM. Always big shouts going out to all of those like Moods Music, all the local venues and businesses that have supported Afromentals all these years. DBS Sounds, Tobago, what up? Without y'all, it's like I wouldn't be where I am today.
I just had to say, did it?
Dear butterfly, time is so precious. Your purpose here is to fly.
Once again, DJ Jamad, Damage Works, setting it off for your ears, Afromentally.